Honestly, I am taking like deep, profound breaths right now because reality TV is actually the absolute only thing holding my fragile sanity together today.
Oh, it is the structural integrity keeping us from a complete collapse on
It truly is. Like, it is the glue. It is the tape.
Look,
Babes, welcome back. If you are a returning snarker, babes, we hope you have the most amazing day today because, babes, we love our snark squad.
we really, really do.
And babes, if you are new here, go ahead and subscribe because honestly, today has been completely and utterly chaotic.
Just a barrage of absolute nonsense from the minute we woke up. So yes, babes, the wine is officially on deck.
Oh, the wine has been poured. It is breathing. We are breathing. Cheers to you. Cheers to the Snark Squad. Cheers to surviving today.
Cheers! Because, listen, the chaos started so early, our niece came to visit us at work today.
Oh my gosh, do not even remind me. My ego is still recovering.
She is 13 years old. 13. Which is already just like a terrifying age, right?
It is a massacre. She is currently in her career exploration phase, which was just exhausting enough on its own.
Right, because she possesses the psychological warfare capabilities of, like, a seasoned hostage negotiator.
Literally. She just observed us. She was looking at everything I do with this deeply judgmental Gen Alpha stare.
She looked at my dual monitor set up like it was a relic from the Oregon Trail. I swear she pitied me.
I felt like an exhibit in a museum. But babes, the actual horror started after work.
Because we couldn't just go home and lay face down on our carpets in silence like normal people.
No, we had to go be athletic. We went to our recreational basketball league tonight.
And babes, this was our second match of the month. Wait, babes, do we even call it matches since it's a rec league?
I have no idea. Do we call them games? Bouts?
Can Shaquille O'Neal chime in, please? Because I genuinely do not know the terminology for whatever humiliating display we just participated in.
I am just completely, like, on a cellular biological level, not built for athleticism.
Oh, you are a soft life girly.
I am. I want to be draped in cashmere on a velvet sofa, holding a warm beverage. I do not want to aggressively jog down a scuffed hardwood floor.
While a woman named Brenda, who is wearing professional-grade knee pads, elbows you directly in the ribs.
Brenda was a menace.
Yes.
I am feeling personally victimized by the very concept of cardio. It is a violent act against my central nervous system.
The delusion is that we both desperately want the fitness results, right?
Oh, totally. I want the toned arms.
We want the cardiovascular stamina, but we want it entirely without the fitness suffering. We just want the movie montage.
Yes. Play the upbeat 80s music, skip the part where I am sweating, and cut straight to me looking incredible in athleisure.
But instead, we are out here in these fluorescent-lit community centers where people in rec leagues are acting like they are playing in the NBA Finals.
Exactly. Why is Brenda playing aggressive man-to-man defense like her fixed-rate mortgage depends on it?
Well,
It's a Tuesday night.
it is deeply unwell. It is a psychological study in misplaced competitive aggression.
But, okay, during that sheer humiliation, actually got us thinking about our aesthetic.
Right, because since we are being forced to participate in this sweaty theater, we started thinking about getting custom Snark Squad jerseys made for the rec league.
I am so obsessed with this idea. I am fully emotionally committed to the aesthetic of us walking into the gym next week in matching apparel.
Okay, but we need to analytically debate this before we put in credit card information. Is that iconic or is it deeply, profoundly tacky?
It is iconic. It is giving coordination and psychological intimidation.
I mean, will it make us look professional or just sad? Would matching jerseys make us look like we mean business, or is it embarrassing?
I think the sheer delusion of it would make us too powerful.
Imagine showing up in custom gear and then immediately throwing an air ball. The juxtaposition is tragic.
They would be too confused to defend us. We would gaslight the opposing team into thinking we have skills.
I am sitting here pretending that this is humiliating, but I admit I have already mentally designed the font and the logo.
See? I knew it. Plus, the jerseys have to have dramatic nicknames on the back. We need branding.
Right, what are the nicknames? Let's brainstorm this. We need something that accurately conveys our physical inadequacy but maintains our snarky superiority.
Okay, how about soft life athlete?
Oh, I like that. Or what about emotionally winded?
Emotionally winded is literally me. My soul is out of breath right now.
It sets proper expectations for the coach. I was thinking something like bench energy.
Because you excel at sitting down and offering unsolicited commentary. I love it.
Exactly. Or maybe just wine first.
Ooh, or cardio survivor. I want them ordered by tomorrow morning, honestly.
Anything to distract from the fact that we are in intense physical pain right now.
And intense emotional pain. because of the current food situation on this table.
We honestly wish you could see us right now.
We really do, Snark Squad.
Because, babes, we are literally eating carrots and hummus.
It is a bleak culinary tragedy playing out in real time. My taste buds are in mourning.
Which is a tragic departure from our usual snacks, but we are committed to vegetarian week and slim waists.
I mean, even though the carrot is aggressively crunchy in a way that annoys me, I am fully leaning into the delusion.
Oh, here we go.
Eating this hummus has spiritually cleansed my soul. I feel like I have an entirely new wellness personality.
You are romanticizing healthy eating immediately.
I am. I probably have a glowing aura. That is my truth right now.
And I am sitting here internally collapsing and emotionally grieving mozzarella sticks.
Just picture the cheese pull, babe.
Every time I crunch on a carrot, my brain is just screaming for something deep fried. But we are pushing through.
We're surviving the cardio. We are surviving the vegetarian week.
Because honestly, the only thing messier than our basketball cardio is the season 1 premiere of Bravo's in the City.
Oh my God, yes. I need to pivot immediately because my brain has been spinning like a top.
It is a lot to unpack.
We watch this show and we are spiraling and we have to discuss every single tiny detail.
So let's logically set the scene for everyone just to get the context right. It is April 2026. Summer House Season 10 ended with Kyle and Amanda separating. We all know this. It was a whole disaster.
A complete collapse. The ashes of a 4-year marriage.
Exactly. Now, Amanda is somehow sort of coupled up with West Wilson.
Which is just, I can't even begin to unpack the treacherous messiness of that. Because West used to date her absolute best friend, Ciara.
The timeline is incredible, but the producers start us right in the wreckage of the marriage with that apartment confrontation.
The opening scene. I am reacting to this with pure emotion. Kyle is standing at the sink, doing the dishes.
Employing his supportive husband tone.
And he tells Amanda she looks skinny, and he is worried about her. And Amanda's blatant deflection is just, wow.
It is a masterclass in manipulation. I am analyzing this logically. She doesn't soften at all.
She just coldly looks at him and says, I'm worried about me too. My heart actually cracked for her because she is just so tired.
Okay, I push back hard on this. She is tired, sure, but Kyle asks the critical question. He asks she had an emotional affair with West.
Because nothing physical was happening. She was suffocating in a dying marriage.
And Amanda shrieks, nothing was happening, and immediately weaponizes Kyle's past.
I screamed. I literally jumped off my couch.
She just screams, you made out with someone, there's a video.
She delivered that with absolute ice-cold perfection.
Oh.
The color drained out of his face.
It stopped him in his tracks, yes, but hiding behind I'm not that kind of person when she clearly was emotionally cheating is wild.
I just think she was entirely done with the marriage. It is a messy human emotion to be terrified of leaving your toxic comfort zone.
It's shady. The timeline is incredibly shady. But we have to talk about the physical manifestation of this spiral.
Oh, you mean the Reddit threads pointing out Amanda's new bangs?
The bangs are screaming louder than she was in that kitchen.
My theory is that bangs equal a spiraling midlife crisis. Or she is trying to impress a new man.
You do not just wake up and hack off the front of your hair unless your life is structurally falling apart.
It is the universal distress flare. But honestly, nothing was funnier than the fight about the raincoat.
It might be the most hilarious fight of the episode.
Amanda emerges from the subway station. She is just glistening with sweat, looking miserable.
And Kyle points out she's wearing a raincoat in the middle of summer.
And Amanda furiously screams, "It's not a raincoat."
Babes, it was a raincoat. It was polyurethane. She was wearing a sauna suit on the F train in July.
She was trying to give a moody downtown vibe. The sheer delusion of NYC fashion over function.
She would rather have a heat stroke than admit to her husband she was wrong.
It is such a perfect microcosm of their relationship. But then we get to the therapy session.
Oh, the therapy and that anniversary dinner from hell.
I am appalled by the therapist who bluntly told them, oh, you two hate each other.
The therapist has clearly been watching their previous seasons and skipped the pleasantries.
I would dissolve if a medical professional told me I hated my spouse. But then, the financial tea.
We need to unpack this financially because my jaw dropped. Kyle asking for $177,000 in back rent.
I thought I was having an auditory hallucination.
Back rent that Amanda hasn't paid for 3 years. 3 years?
How do you live with your husband and just conveniently forget to pay your half of the rent for 36 months?
Because their finances are a black hole of enmeshment. He was funneling money into Loverboy, and she just bordered her Bravo checks.
And this all climaxes at their 4th anniversary dinner at a speakeasy over a Five Guys. The Garret.
The venue is poetry. The smell of peanut oil while your marriage dies.
And Amanda announces she is moving out for a month so they can, quote, date each other again.
I sarcastically dissect this absurd logic all day. You don't fix a marriage by moving out so you can pretend to be on a first date.
She just wants the butterflies without the emotional labor.
Avoiding the logistics doesn't fix the marriage. It delays the divorce. It makes zero sense.
It is exhausting. But the absolute star of this premiere, the woman who breathed life into my lungs, was Lindsay Hubbard.
Mother Hubbard has entered the chat.
Her single mom era is giving me everything I need. First of all, baby Gemma has Lindsay's exact death stare.
It is terrifying and adorable. The genetics are strong.
When the camera panned to the baby glaring, I lost it.
But if I analytically track Lindsay's timeline here, it is actually really dark. Dumped by Turner Cooke right after giving birth.
He left when she had a newborn.
Zero sex in 9 months, and she is mourning the days she, quote, shot rainbows and butterflies out of her vagina.
That line took me completely out, but I deeply empathize with her. She has zero patience for nonsense from men anymore.
Which brings us to the villain of the season. Enter Kenny.
Kenny.
Kenny is an insufferable Wall Street venture capitalist. The Patagonia vest energy is visceral.
And he is joined by his new girlfriend, Whitney, the Bachelor alum.
Who moved across the country to live with the man who admits on national television that he's in his fuckboy phase.
Who tells people that? So at the bar, Lindsay starts questioning his intentions. I emotionally react to this so hard because she is protecting women.
She basically asks why this girl moved across the country for him, and Kenny gets defensive immediately.
He whines. He literally whines, I'm getting I hate men vibes.
He tries to weaponize misandry to avoid accountability. But the kill shot.
Oh, the kill shot. Lindsay claps back, deadpan, I'm actually just allergic to annoying men.
I applaud Lindsay for destroying a walking red flag right there. Flawless victory.
I lost my mind. And Reddit accurately clocked Kenny's response as toxic incel-adjacent defensiveness.
It is a massive ick. He knows he's stringing Whitney along.
But his venture capitalist mind games do not work on Lindsay. Which brings us to the most unhinged subplot.
Danielle's delusion.
Babes, the tea Amanda drops about Danielle's new live-in boyfriend. I am screaming.
Let's lay out the facts. Danielle is with Aon Heavy, an Irish tennis player.
Who is still married.
I have to point out the staggering hypocrisy here. Danielle judged Lindsay relentlessly for moving too fast with Carl.
She screamed him to throw pillows over it.
And now she is pregnant by a married man she met 5 minutes ago, living in Brooklyn with him.
The lack of self-awareness is a superpower. And the dynamic between Danielle and Lindsay is fractured because of it.
That icy bar reunion was agonizing.
I wanted to hide under my floorboards. Danielle awkwardly approaches Lindsay for coffee.
And Lindsay coldly replies, I'm a little busy these days. I'll have a think about it.
Apathetic and crushing. But we know exactly why Lindsay is done with her, and it all traces back to the receipts.
I am absolutely obsessed with this. Lindsay in her confessional, pulling out her phone.
The Notes app of doom.
To reveal a Notes app full of Danielle receipts, categorized by season.
I applaud the serial killer level of organizational grudge holding. She is an archivist.
It is terrifyingly methodical, but the biggest revelation from that Notes app.
I was mortified. I clutched my pearls.
The revelation that Danielle gave Carl Radke a handjob in the back of an Uber in 2019.
Right after he dumped Lindsay. In a rideshare vehicle.
And then she had the gall to preach to Lindsay for years about loyalty. Danielle is deeply unserious.
She is a fraud. But honestly, it's not just the main cast bringing the chaos.
The background chaos is just as wild. Let's talk about Georgina Fursley.
I instantly stan her. The Tribeca dermatologist who keeps party outfits in her office just in case.
She understands the assignment.
She is the chaotic good energy I aspire to have.
And then there is Yvonne and Nick. I am horrified by Yvonne's admission.
Horrified. She casually mentions she went on a trip, left town for several days, and her husband Nick didn't notice she was gone.
How does a human being not notice you are missing for 72 hours?
I spiral about the bleak reality of straight marriages because of this. The bar is in hell.
He operates like a faulty smart home device. And to add to the marriage dread, a brief mention of Andrea and Lexi.
The gorgeous Italians.
Pointing out the major red flag that Kyle attended their wedding without Amanda.
If you can't get on a plane to Italy for a Bravo wedding together, your marriage is cooked.
Which perfectly segues into our first segment. Who is actually built for city life?
Because wearing a raincoat in the summer subway heat proves not everyone is built for Manhattan.
So let's debate this. Who is actually thriving in the city versus who needs to retreat to the Hamptons?
Georgina is peak NYC survival mode. She is thriving.
Ruthless efficiency. Lindsay is also undeniably thriving in her Upper East Side mom era.
But Kyle is failing. Trying to be a 43-year-old DJ to fund his hemorrhaging canned cocktail company is giving pure suburban midlife crisis.
He needs a lawn to mow. The endless nightlife is just a crutch.
And Amanda is failing too. The frantic pace is stressing her out. She needs to move to Connecticut.
Which brings us to segment 2, main character energy rankings.
Because to survive NYC, you need absolute delusion and main character energy.
Who is running the show right now?
Lindsay is undeniably #1. She has the baby, she has the receipts, and the iconic clapbacks.
I agree she commands the screen, but I argue Amanda is desperately trying to produce herself into the main character role.
With the whole Scamanda plotline.
The separation, the victim edit, but she is failing because she lacks the chaotic stamina.
She wants the screen time, but she wants to hide under her raincoat. You have to bleed for the cameras.
Exactly. Which makes me look at our sad little carrots and hummus and wonder about segment 3. Could we survive this lifestyle?
Oh, let's spiral about the physical and emotional toll of reality TV. I could not do it.
I mean, if a therapist told me I hated my spouse on national television, I would fake my own death.
I would dissolve into dust. And I cannot handle 4 a.m. DJ sets. I am a soft life girly.
Let's analyze the financial terror. Suddenly being hit with a $177,000 rent bill by your own husband.
While trying to afford Tribeca cocktails, I would flee the country on a cargo ship.
We do not have the financial liquidity or emotional fortitude for this.
No, we belong on the couch, drinking wine and passing judgment.
Which brings it full circle back to our basketball trauma. For segment 4, Snark's God Rec League Draft.
If we have to survive the rec league, we need to recruit a squad.
We are building a chaotic basketball team using the In the City cast.
Okay, for my center, I am picking Lindsay.
What is the strategy there?
Pure intimidation and aggressive defense. She will pull up her notes app to mentally break the opposing team.
That is guaranteed lethal. I am drafting Kyle for point guard.
The man who can't pay his rent.
Think about it analytically. He has relentless, chaotic cardio energy, and he runs away from his problems.
He just sprints away from accountability down the court. Fair.
For my wild card, I'm taking Georgina.
She would show up in a party outfit and somehow score 3-pointers while drinking a martini.
Unpredictable, high-functioning energy to confuse Brenda.
What about Kenny? Can we draft him?
Absolutely not. We actively ban Kenny from the team for having terrible vibes.
He would complain about the referee having I hate men vibes. He is banned.
Well, I think we have successfully built our team and unpacked this entire chaotic premiere.
We really did. Snark Squad, thank you so much for hanging out with us through the chaos today.
We literally could not do this without you.
But before we go, we need you to sound off in the comments, babes.
We have questions. Are custom rec league jerseys iconic or tacky?
What is your favorite healthy snack? Because I am losing faith in carrots.
Could you survive the horrors of recreational basketball?
Or a Bravo spinoff.
Yeah.
And finally, what dramatic nickname would go on your jersey?
Let us know in the comments. And remind them to like, comment, and subscribe.
Yes, please do that.
All right, until next time.
Stay chaotic, stay delusional, and we will see you on the Snark side.